Meat processing plants across the country are reeling because of problems linked to the pandemic.
Late last week, the meat processing plant near Pasco was closed so all employees could be tested. The facility produces enough beef to feed 4 million people, but it had been struggling because of worker absenteeism.
And in Delaware and Maryland, 2 million chickens are being humanely killed because processing plants are short-staffed. The manpower shortage at chicken processing plants is because of community cases of the COVID-19 virus and social distancing. Poultry farmers say they have no choice but to euthanize the stock.
Well, given the problems, it's no surprise local butchers say meat prices are expected to rise significantly in the next few weeks.
Fox 12's Sarah Hurwitz is live in Beaverton with what you can expect to see at checkout lines and some advice for customers as well. Sarah?
Oh, yeah, those two butcher shops that I spoke with today say that they have seen a huge influx of customers coming in to buy meat during the COVID-19 pandemic. And that high demand is causing a shortage as well as processing plants that are shutting down. And that's causing prices to skyrocket. It's been more than a month since much of Oregon's economy came to a halt. And with many being home, there are more meals to be made and more food to buy.
We've seen a significant increase in families coming in and then stocking their freezers and stuff in anticipation of being home for a while.
The volume is increased at least double since the outbreak of the COVID and everybody staying at home, just everybody home and eating 3 meals a day.
And for these two owners of local butcher shops, that means more customers. But it comes with higher prices and a lot of uncertainty right now. Robert McHugh was the owner of Ponderosa Meat Market in Beaverton. He says industry-wide, he's seen a 25% increase in the price of beef over the last month, and he expects it to go even higher in the coming weeks. He says he's tried to keep his prices down, but now has to make changes. For example, last month, a pound of chuck roast was $4.99. Now it's $8.99.
Instead of being able to plan out, a week or 2 weeks in advance like we had before in the past, everything is day to day.
McHugh says that's because of demand and processing plants shutting down, so it's hard to know on a daily basis what they're going to get shipped in. He says pork is also becoming more difficult to get right now. He says he ran out of bacon for the first time in his 10 years of owning the shop this past weekend. Casey Miller, the owner of the meeting place in Hillsboro, says he's expecting at least a 50% price hike in meat prices in the coming weeks. His best advice? Don't panic buy.
We're currently selling eighths of beef in big beef boxes that'll keep freezers full for several weeks to at least hopefully weather the storm until prices level back out. It's hard to foresee. It's not a production problem. The animals are there. The cattle are there. It's a matter of getting it through the food chain. But until those big plants open back up, the tap is dry.
And the owner here at Ponderosa Meat Market says that he was able to keep prices relatively steady through this pandemic. Only recently did he have to raise prices. And he also tells me that he might have to actually limit beef for customers per purchase. Reporting live here in Beaverton, Sarah Hurwitz, Fox 12 Oregon.